Hello, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to LG Runs Wild. I'm your host, the Young Buck. With me today, I got Slow Gazelle.
How's it going, guys?
Also with us, we have Tiny Vishchacha.
Hey, what's up?
It's holiday break, man. The animals are celebrating. Yesterday I got to celebrate Canada Day. I know you guys got the 4th of July coming up. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Are you guys pumped or what?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, I'm having a great time today.
I think Gazelle drank enough last night for everybody.
Gazelle's
I'm
American.
yeah, man, I hit it hard on Friday night and did a little drinking stream.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
you
I
did.
drank the whole case of beer there, and then I had the sponsorship passes for Saturday in the Park. It's the thing that's here. It's like a music festival. It's free to get in, but at the sponsorship thing, they had a free beer tent, and every time we walked up, you could grab two. So I was double fisting all fucking day.
Atta boy.
And I
Atta
mean,
boy.
I didn't even know that free beer tent was going to be there. And my cousin was with us, and he saw it. He's like, "Holy shit, there's a free beer tent!" And it's like, "Ah, we're fucked."
That you can never go wrong with a good free beer tent. Doesn't
Oh,
matter if
my
the beer's
wife's in
good,
here.
bad. Oh yeah, your wife is in the chat. I saw that already. She followed me too. Shout out to the better gazelle. Just saying.
Yeah,
That's the gamer tag. Not saying it's actually better at the NHL. Just want to point that out. So week two just ended for us. I know you're special and you had week three up in the AHL gazelle, but we're gonna
yeah.
talk about week two for us a little bit here.
All right, sounds good.
Vadi, I noticed your team at least ended on a 5 game win streak. You must be a little more happy now that you started getting the wins together.
Yeah, it's nice. Still got work to do. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm that manager. I expect more. Let's go.
I mean,
I
considering
can't
how
go
many
0-3.
we talked about how many trades you were making and that you were wheeling and dealing at last week's show. So, I mean, to be able to at least end the week 5-0, that's a good start. Not gonna lie. I know it's week two and you might not be happy with it, but it's something.
Yeah, it's something. I'm staying busy. I don't take days off, so
The building
keep
spot.
going. Yeah, it's definitely a place to build from. Yeah, it's good progress.
There you go.
Um, Buck, how'd you do this week?
I went 2-1. Um, we played Sault Ste. Marie at it was their QC line, and the game didn't start too hot. We had just played a few games and we were stomping teams, and then we went into this Sault Ste. Marie game and we're just like instantly like a minute in it was 2-0. They had walked in, taken a step over the blue line, gold heat to your top corner, two in a row, and we're just like, yeah.
That
I
hurts.
think we went down 4-0 in the first, and we're just like, this is gonna be a long night, and then we ended up losing like 5-3 or 5-4, and then
Um,
won the last two, but we stomped. I forget what team it was. I think it was Windsor. I think 9-1 in the last
I
game.
think that's
Holy
the one
shit.
that hurts the most, right? Like if you go down 4-0, how you lose the game fucking 5-4.
Yeah,
I think that almost hurts more than like getting my ass kicked.
I'll give it to my line though. Like I play with LG McDonald and I play with a guy named Braden, and we call ourselves the B line because Brody, Buck, Braden,
Mhm.
and it like we play a lot outside of LG too. So like we actually grind and we like work on stuff, and we've started making plays, and honestly, first time I've ever had that in LG. Like we're all five guys in the line plus goalies are just like, yeah, I'll play. Oh yeah, I'll play. Almost every night we run for 2-3 hours.
hmm
Like that's
hmm
like it's July now. The fact that people
That
still want to do that in this game, I love it. It just makes you want to win.
yeah. I think it's wild,
Yeah,
personally.
100%.
Oh yeah. Stockton, there's no sleep. I actually got yelled at by Sham for being out touching grass yesterday.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not surprised with that team though. That team grinds the game till like 4 a.m.
oh, dude, we've got a line that like doesn't start until 11 p.m. And it's like
Your
fuck.
time or like Eastern?
11 p.m. my time,
So midnight.
so midnight. Like, Like, dude, you're
No.
killing me here. I'm getting old, man. I can't stay up late like that anymore. It kills me.
No, that's fair. But how'd your
Mm.
week? I know it wasn't week 2 for you, but how'd week 3 go for you?
Oh, week three for me, it went shit. I went 0-2-1 with a solid like I don't know 78 save percentage this week.
Oh,
Awful.
awful. I tuned into one of your streams. I don't remember if it was an LG or not, but I remember you letting a pass from the corner and it hit like your skate, and then you went to cover it and kicked it in. And you're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, like what the fuck? No, that wasn't LG. That hasn't happened to me in LG yet. Knock
Uh,
on some wood here. But yeah, no, that was just. I think that was Friday. It was Friday when I was throwing them back and playing, and yeah, that definitely happened.
oh, 100%.
But no, LG was.
No bueno.
I let in. I let in one really shitty goal to start the Abbotsford game, and it just gave the other team the momentum. Like the guy came in across the blue line. I was in the process of moving as he shot it, so I got a shit animation because of it, which is my fault because I wasn't set. And yeah, and then that kind of set the tone. They blew the doors off us. I think it was like 5-2,
Ooh.
and then we lost the next one in overtime, and then the last game we blew a 1-0 lead in the third with like 10 minutes left. They tied it, and then they scored with like 3 or 4 minutes left to win.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, I got absolutely shelled in that game. I think it was like they had like 17 or 18 shots if I remember right.
Wow. So
Yeah.
we talked about Peterborough a bit last week and how, you know, I felt bad because they went 2-7, and then they had a game get overturned, so they went 1-8. Turned
Mm.
out no better, 3-13-2. So I mean, they put up two. I think they went 2-5-2 or something this week. Like
Mm.
better week, they got 6 points, but I heard
I
Vatty. I know you can talk about stuff from like that you've seen.
Yeah, I mean, there's some shockers, right? I find it really hard. Like 3 wins and a really more. There's a lot more parity this season, I think, in the CHL than last year, especially
Yeah.
like last season. Um, so like to see 3 wins and a negative 37 goal differential. Um, I want to make jokes, man. Like like with that much scouting, yeah, but I'm not going to. It's just like at 3 wins and 2 overtime losses and 13 losses already. Not that I have a ton of room to talk. We have 10, but we've also won 8 games.
Yeah.
You got to see more production out of that. But I think the one that really disappoints me the most um, is Windsor, actually.
Yeah. I was expecting Dan
Um,
to do a little bit more.
well, you just expect a little bit more activity out of Amanda, I think, at their position.
Mm,
Um, and that's not me calling them out or anything. It's just like it is what it is, right? You lose an owner, so that or lose a GM, so that hurts, or AGM and pesky bugbear. I don't know what happened there. I don't doesn't really matter.
can't
But
remember.
um, when you have when you're the owner and you go 0-6 and you have a negative plus minus of minus 13, it doesn't really make people want to follow you.
No,
Um,
that's
oh,
tough.
it's
or
cringe.
or trust in you. And then, like, on top of that, I could go to the newsfeed right now, and I'm sure I see my name more than anybody else's. But um, the trades, I don't see.
They just
You're not seeing a lot of activity.
no.
And that's the problem. I think you really in summer season and CHL more or less. You have an 8 week season compared to Gazelle's 9. You have to be active.
Mm-hmm.
You have to always be working
Yeah,
or have moments where you
summer's
work.
tough.
Especially when you have 3 or 4 wins, it's just hard. Like I just feel bad for those 15 guys over there that you know feel like there's not much hope.
I feel
Yeah,
bad
that's
because
never a good place to
I,
be, man.
I feel bad because I spanked them 9-1 this week.
Yeah, that
That hurts.
hurts. Um, but there are some really great stories, I think, too.
Yeah.
Like that I really want to brush on real quick. One of those would be Sarnia coming out and being a real force and tied with Sault Ste. Marie in their division.
I saw
They
it coming.
I did too. I played them in scouting, and they had some disgusting line going, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was guys I'd never heard of, and I was like, or I'd seen, and they finally put the pieces together. That's good to see.
Yeah.
Um, the other one I want to touch base on, I do want to give a shout out to Swift Current, and then I did want to give a shout out again to Seattle.
Yes.
Um,
Big time to Seattle. I agree on that.
Seattle has come out hot, and they've been quiet. Like they're not. What I like about those guys is they're not loud in your face dudes.
No, Moneybags
Like
is a
they
super nice
kick your
guy.
ass and then they kick your ass and then they go on their way. Like they're not gonna sit there and berate you.
No.
Um, and there's no controversy really around them. Like they're just good dudes playing good hockey, and that's always good to see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, unlike other teams, Tri City. Um,
Okay, I want to touch on Tri City for a second. I know a lot of people have been talking about Tri City having second tags. Until we actually have physical proof, we can't do anything about it. Do we have suspicions? Sure. Does everybody have suspicions? Sure. Does everybody keep bringing up more and more stuff that shows that they're second tags? Yeah. But until we actually have physical proof that shows that they actually are something concrete when it comes to like anything like IPs, anything, then we can do something. It took 7 weeks to hit Kansas City in season 38. And yes, it ruined 5-6 players' season and they ended up going 0-72. But until there's something concrete, we can't actually do anything.
I think we all know that, right?
Yeah.
But you know what doesn't help? I will say this is like guys like Riley and people coming into the shop box and just coming in and just so Tri City has second tag. Well, okay, give some. You obviously know something if you're gonna come out spewing
Yeah.
shit, and if you don't know anything, then shut your damn mouth. You don't need to put that on somebody's name. So I actually had Zegras, who's now Lettermaki, as my GM last season. He was kind of a quiet guy, didn't do much. So I didn't run with his squad though a lot. Like I just
Fair.
didn't.
Mhm.
So I don't really know them that well. He was a quiet guy who just went in and played his games with Sidey, and that was it.
Jeez.
So um, it's an interesting developing story, we'll say
Yeah.
for now. But like I said, I really want to give Seattle some props, and then Pastor, you're killing it too.
Yeah.
I that's that's a given. I feel like I don't even need to say that.
Yeah.
But good job, Pastor.
Okay, so there's a team actually that is a given as well, but I haven't heard a peep from them all season. Kingston, Edgar and Pliny. They're 12
Maybe
2,
that's because I talked to Plymouth.
12 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Like, not surprising that they're gonna run away with that
Yeah.
division. Them and Oshawa, they're gonna run together. They're gonna fight all season for that first spot. But like, they've been
Yeah.
quiet, very very quiet. Like
They're-
I don't hear anything about Kingston ever. They just play their games.
I think that's the way Plymouth runs, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part. But like
Oh.
some seasons he's more vocal and like, just this season's very very quiet.
He defends himself more or less. That's
Yeah.
what I've noticed with him. He doesn't really come out and talk. But if you're gonna start slandering Kingston or saying Plemmy's a dick or whatever, like he's gonna come to his own defense. He's not gonna let it happen.
Nope.
But other than that, yeah, you're right. He's been quiet this season. I've talked to him a few times. We just catch up. He runs with some of the guys I run with, so.
Yeah.
But it's good to see. It's good to see that the third and fourth teams and divisions still have a really good chance of being first.
Yeah.
Usually, right now, we're seeing two juggernauts pull away, and
Yeah, like look at the OHL West again. Like Sioux, Sarnia, Saginaw, Flint, Windsor. Yes, Windsor's bottom like a few seasons ago too. But then the other teams are all like in the 20s. They're all fighting pretty much for first. I mean,
Yeah.
Flint's struggling too, and they're still doing well. Like
I think my
Yeah.
favorite division right now to look at is that West WHL Eastern Central. The
yes,
Edmontons with Current, Medicine Hat, Red Deer, and like
yeah,
Lethbridge is like even still in it.
and Lethbridge is not playing well. Like they
No,
minus, yeah, I know
I
that's
have
bad.
my buddy Juke on there, and he talks about it all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I got like all their wins except one." I was like, "Oh God, you guys are still in it though, so good luck."
Um, Portland bottom division. I just went to the M finals with Portland and Chicken. They're last in their division right now. That's the Seattle
Oh,
division.
really? Yeah, I feel like this season, like teams are either really good. There's a lot of middle of the road teams, and then there's a handful of just shit teams.
Oh yeah,
And I
that's
mean, I
why
think it
we
was pretty
balanced
obvious.
divisions as best as we could.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious as to who was going to be the bad ones. Um, but Portland being bottom of their division is certainly shocking. Uh, Sarnia knew they would come out hot. Post is a good dude, does a lot, grinds the game. Scotty's a good guy. And they got Cock Mills as well.
Oh, that's true. They do have cock mills.
So knew they would put a solid team together, and I expect to see them finish towards the top for sure. But obviously, Cam Loops doing. We all knew that would be a thing. Passer's been around the league a long time.
Yeah,
Thunderbirds is kind of surprising, as in the fact of like they just came out of nowhere and they're kicking ass. So I think that's pretty cool to see that as well. You don't usually see a lot of humble guys when teams are kicking the shit out of people. I mean, they got like a plus 33
yeah.
for goal margin. So I think the only
Wait,
other
did you just
team
say
that.
Pastor is humble?
No,
Oh,
Thunderbirds.
oh, Thunderbirds, yeah.
Pastor's
I was like,
definitely not.
Pastor's a shit disturber.
Yeah, I was gonna,
Yeah, the
Love him, but
top two teams in the CHL for goal margins, Sarnia and Seattle. So they're both at 33.
yeah.
yeah.
So they're doing great.
But so now with week 2 being done, we're like, yeah, week 3. Just kidding. It's holiday break. Yesterday, Canada Day. I didn't do anything. I'm Canadian. I really just didn't do anything. I was with the kids all day. We just played outside. And that was basically it with the neighbors. But like,
Nice.
you know, also I'm in the capital. Like I live in Ottawa, so like I've been downtown. It's crazy, but like with all the restrictions now that they're doing and the stupid protests that are going on downtown, it's just not worth going anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm also not like 16, 17 anymore, where that was a fun thing to do. Go downtown, smoke, drink while you're underage with a bunch of people. Like, but I see.
I feel like I'm the same way in 4th of July too, though. Like, I don't know about you, Gazelle, but I'm not a big drinker. I know you are. Um,
Gazelle's
but still,
patriotic. He's got the flag and everything behind him.
Yeah. I'm a
I
true
know.
American, man.
Oh, I get the Americanism. I get it. But I just like right now, especially with the state of everything, is what all I'll say. Um, I try to stay out of the public.
Mm,
Large crowds. I
yeah.
live I, I live about 30 minutes outside of a major city. And so I'm in the burbs and like anywhere surrounding that. Like I go 5 minutes out and there's people marching or protesting or
Yeah, see, we don't see much of that here, but I mean, my wife and I were not much of like crowd people, I guess you could say. I hate when nasty, sweaty fuckers rub up against me.
yeah.
It's just not my thing. But Saturday in the Park's a pretty big thing. That's a town that's about 30 minutes from where I live.
Sioux City.
And yep, so that's Sioux City is where that's
Sioux
at.
City.
And so, like, the main reason why we went is because I got the sponsorship passes. So, like, our company sponsors the event, and one of many companies that does. So you get like perks with that. You get like we got the sponsorship bands, and I mean you get free food there. It's a like restricted area. It's backstage.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so like that's mainly the only reason why we went. And like I don't drive up there or anything because it gets crazy, people acting stupid, you know. But um, this is the first time we've been, I think, in 4 or 5 years. Last time that I actually went because I wanted to go was when Sublime was here with Rome. I had to go
Ah,
see
sick.
those guys. So
Yeah.
um,
That would have been good.
yeah, so that was the last time I actually went. But yesterday was nice, dude. It was like low 80s.
Yeah, it
There
was
was
a
a
nice
nice
day out yesterday. I
breeze.
saw some of the snaps that you
Like,
had and looked
yeah,
nice.
yeah, dude, it was real nice. And then plus, fuck, they had a free beer tent, man. Like,
You can
I'm there.
never go wrong with a free beer
Say
tent.
free and beer together.
You're
I'm there.
lucky, man. You're lucky.
So
Yeah,
It's
dude.
humid as hell out here.
And we
Like,
had
ugh.
well, it's normally humid here too, man. Like, you walk outside and your sack insta sticks to your leg usually. You know, that's why yesterday was so fucking nice because it was like humidity was low, low 80s,
yeah,
nice breeze, sun's out. My wife got sunburnt, you know, so it
nothing
was a
better
good
than
time.
that, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Then when we left, I had some steaks that my dad watched the kids while we went, and so I bought a bunch of steak and he grilled that up. So when we
Nice.
got there to kind of sponge up some of the booze, I had a couple steaks. So
There you
There you
go.
go.
it was a
There
good
you
time.
go.
Yeah.
So Fourth of July is obviously it's a much bigger deal for Americans than Canada Day is for Canadians because Canada Day is literally just our birthday, like when we were founded, like that's it. So I know I've experienced Fourth of July in the U.S. I've gone to a Blue Jays Yankees games in New York City on Fourth of July, and like that was a really good atmosphere. That was a fun game. Like went to
Mm,
extras. I went with Zero Crash actually. Um, I
You need to go
nice.
I
south. You need to go southern America.
and
Get
man,
get get to the
and
Midwest,
like
southern.
that was fun. But like I want to hear what you guys like. What do you guys do? Like what do you got planned?
So today, actually, after the show, my wife should be off work about 2 o'clock my time. So we're actually gonna go. My dad wants us to go back over there, and we're gonna grill, and I'll probably hear the dog it, you know, get a couple Coronas and limes because it's hot as shit out today.
You gonna play some bags?
Um, you know, I thought about taking my bags there, but probably not. There's a pool there, so the kids get everything wet,
Fair.
trampoline and all that shit. So um, usually I get stuck on the grill too. So no, I probably won't do that today. But so we're kind of like we're doing fireworks tonight, but that's mostly what we're gonna do. Tomorrow probably won't do anything. We had some friends that want to go like boating and shit, but it's just gonna be me and the kids. I really don't feel like dealing with all that. So I think tomorrow we'll just lounge around.
Makes sense. At
Mm, I don't know. I think after this we're going. Fiance's parents are smoking like pork ribs or pork shoulder
ooh
or something. Yeah.
Nice.
ooh,
We're gonna take the dogs over there.
they're gonna eat
And
it
then
all.
no, no, I chunk my shit. Um, well, fucker, he ate like half my Taco Bell order yesterday. We were watching a movie, and this dude just comes up and just grabs half the taco out of my mouth, like hand that I'm putting into my mouth. And I kid you
Yeah.
not, like it was like we locked eyes as he ate my half my taco. I was like, you got balls.
Oh,
um,
that's good, man.
no,
That's really funny.
we're gonna we're gonna hang out with the dogs, go hang out with her parents, which is I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, her dad's cool, but her mom's an anxious mess. So,
Mm.
um, love 'em to death though. So, yeah, that'll be fun tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go watch. Probably gonna go wrench on some stuff at the shop, and then drive my wet ass Jeep up to this hill next to our shop to watch some fireworks with the fiance. So,
Nice,
There you go.
yeah.
nice.
That'd be
That's the
good time.
weird part where I live is like so like there's like 14 places I can go buy fireworks, and like 5 places in a 30-minute span where we can watch fireworks, a public show be played. So it's kind of crazy. Like we could go several different places. So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
that's
Um,
weird.
so just before we continue, I just want to let the chat know that we'll be answering questions later. But we'd like you to ask them before we get to question period because we don't want there to be any dead air, so we can just answer your questions live afterwards. So if you guys do have questions for us, feel free to ask them whenever, and we'll get to them towards the end of the show.
Mhm.
Also on that subject, because we're on our fourth episode now, and I think people have been enjoying it. I don't know how much feedback you guys have been getting. I've gotten quite a bit. I haven't really received much like negativity. I've got a couple things like constructive criticism that we fixed throughout the show. Like first show, you couldn't hear me, like,
Yeah.
and then everyone else was like incredibly loud. So fix that. The spinning images, we got rid of that. Actually, shout out to Gazelle who made this incredible like layout that you guys see now, with the animals and like still the same kind of theme with the zoo and like our overlays. So thanks, buddy. Oh, this one's sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really good looking.
I really like the fact that the community wants us to do well, and like because we're different and we're just like I said, the whole point of the show is just to chat, have a good time, and we're seeing success with that. So I think for future, it's also in the best interest for the show is we're going to be starting up an official Discord soon. So similar to like the other media shows like Fiverr Costing, No Thumbs, like they have their own media discords. We'll have our own, so that way we can communicate when shows are gonna go because we'd like to do them live. There will be potential for people to be on the show in the future. We're discussing that right now. We're likely gonna have it, but we have to be very specific about who we want on our show and how to act on our show because you can't just come in here and drop a bunch of unspeakable words is what I'll say.
Yeah. Good thing with the Discord too is it'll give everyone a spot like to post questions or topics that they want us to talk about too, for future shows. So it'll be a good thing.
Because like sometimes it's hard to talk about specific topics and like it's hard to come up with things to talk about because that's literally what we do is we're just talking, and like the CHL is way more active in terms of like the community, but like the community talks about it for like 2 days, then it's over with, and it's something new. So it's trying to find the right things at the right times, right, and be able to discuss about them. Also want to give a shout out to Kieran for another week 2 All Stars thread. It's similar to what Bossy is doing in the AHL with it says All Stars because it's like the opposite of All Star. It's like the bottom players pretty much for the week or the season so far, and it's funny. It's a good read, so just want to give a shout out to that. Vatty,
What's up?
You say you like to make a lot more moves to be where you want it to be for this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does having a week off affect you more in a positive way or negative way when it comes to wanting to make those moves? Because I never, as a manager, I managed a lot, and I never had like a week off really to make moves or stuff like that.
Yeah. I think it's helpful in some aspects. Um, there's a lot of moving pieces in the CHL, so like it's when I get into a groove though, like where we're playing Monday, Sunday through Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I take like 2 days where I just kind of like chill on Discord. I don't get on the game for a little bit, and I'll get on the weekends and stuff. It's just a little different. It kind of throws me off my game a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm in that mode where I'm just trying to get shit done, and I gotta be ready for Sunday. Well, today is Sunday, and I got another week. So it's a little weird. I don't know. It's definitely a different atmosphere and management this season too. So, I lost a manager because he's an idiot. Um, you
How do I
know,
put it? Yep.
we'll say that. I'm not going to go into detail with that.
I'm
Um,
sure you don't want to, anyways.
I don't even care anymore. Um, but so I was able to clear some cap. Yeah, cool. But like, I also lost the guy who made a line for himself. So like, I've been fixing that, and then you got your typical like every year in management. I feel like there's little waves of stuff that happens, and like you either get hit with them like every once in a while, like throughout the 8 weeks. This year, and this season has been like, oh, we're gonna get all of it out of the way in 3 weeks. Let's go.
I
Let's
feel,
hit all the speed bumps now.
yeah,
So, I like the week. It'll help out. I think at the end of the week, I'll really benefit from it and appreciate it more. But
yeah, because like we haven't seen a lot of trades yet this week. Like we've seen 5 or 6 or something like that. But I
I
feel
think
like,
you've seen like 3 of 5 of mine. So,
but I also think it's good in the sense that because there's a week and a half off, it allows the lines to, have time to game cam and play together. And, if they're
Yep.
really, if it was just like, say you traded for one line and they played once outside of LG before they had their LG games, and then they went 0-3. Well, instead of panic trading them or waiving them or whatever because they didn't perform, you know, play with them,
you're right.
get them to play, for the week and a half, see, does this work or not? And then make your decision, go ahead. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more trades like next weekend at the end of the week after people have played all week long.
I'd be I'd be I'd be interested to see what that looks like. I think it's hard sometimes to get groups of guys that don't all play together to get together.
Mm,
Once you do it the first time, it's easier the second, the third, the fourth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that for getting them that first time, it's almost like as a manager, you have to like coordinate it for them, and I think it'll be easier to do that with the week off,
Yeah.
personally.
yeah. I think the week off's like kind of a nice little mini reset too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like CHL, you got your first 2 weeks out of the way. If you're doing well, great. You don't really have to make much moves. You can focus on gaining chem. If you're doing bad, gives you that extra time to really make the needed moves.
And shake off the fucking,
Yeah, exactly.
shake off the
And
rust.
get the old guys out, get the new guys in, and get some games going. Maybe some, maybe get some 12s going with your group. It just depends. Some guys also will just take the week off from the game too. It's a good little mental reset all the way around, I think, for some guys. So,
Yeah, I know. I've been playing a lot of FIFA since it went on Game Pass. I play with. It's just
yeah.
so fun playing pro clubs with like a bunch of rando guys. Like me, it's all my IRLs, and they're all in LG too. But like, we play
Mm,
hockey, and it's like it's fun. But then we get shit on, and it's just like I'm not having fun anymore. But like FIFA, like you can play 3 out of the 11. Like last night, at one point, we had 8 guys, and it was just like this is an utter shit show, but it's different. It's fun.
yeah, you had 8 guys playing, like what
FIFA
you guys doing. Yeah.
pro clubs, yeah, and we only had three
Yeah.
computers. It was great.
Let's go. That's
And like
awesome.
it's so fun too because like we run into LG guys every now and then too. So it's just like a bunch of hockey guys just playing FIFA, just trying.
Yeah, I've got to download that.
It's a good time. I used to play it like I never played like FUT or whatever. I never played
Yeah.
Ultimate, but like I always did like seasons and stuff, and I always enjoyed it. I've played FIFA since I was a little kid, so
Yeah, I used to grind the shit out of FIFA back in the day, man. The last one I played religiously was 11,
oh
so
yeah,
it's been quite a
yeah,
quite a big
Oh, it's been
break
a
for
minute
me.
then for you. Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
used to play franchise mode because it was so much more immersed than
yeah.
like.
Even the Bia Pro is great.
yeah, I like their Be a Pro that they have. I haven't. Is it still in? Is it still a thing?
I think it's similar. Yeah, I think it's called career mode now.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Um, I also personally I play a lot of Destiny. I know a lot of people are just over it and like it's same game, blah blah blah. Like it's always a game that I've enjoyed for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, and I still grind it. And you know what? I don't care. I get the season passes. I buy the stuff, and it's just a different game. I'm over Call of Duty and stuff now. That's more boring for me. I like
Call of Duty
the
sucks.
I find the open world aspect shooting games much more fun.
I
Yeah.
remember when Warzone released, everyone was like, "Oh, Warzone." I was like, yeah, no thanks." Like I
Yeah,
just like I played PUBG, PUBG was actually pretty fun. But Warzone is just no thanks.
yeah. I enjoyed Warzone for the first little bit, and then I was just like, okay, no. I played PUBG for a bit. Wasn't Didn't really enjoy it. Then I heard about Fortnite. Played the first 4 or 5 seasons. Loved it. They changed the game too much. Was like, fuck this. Tried Warzone. Liked it for a bit. Got over it, and I was like, I'm done with Royales pretty much.
Destiny's a
Yeah.
pretty sick game. Like the first one, I played that a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of guys from like work that I know that play it. They still play it religiously. But for me, I got kind of bored of it just because like I'm not a huge like shooter guy. Like I don't know. I don't like I used to play them a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
but now they've kind of like I've lost interest in them.
I don't
I
like.
guess you could say.
I used to play them too as a kid. Like I
That's a,
grew up in the
yeah.
Modern Warfare 2
Yeah, like
era.
I'm looking at what Kieran just said in the chat, saying like the new COD looks decent, but like everyone's chasing the nostalgic feeling and playing COD with your buddies after school. 100%, because those were the best times to be gaming. Get home from school, jump on your 360, get in a party with a bunch of your boys, and go play Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
That or Gears. Gears was another big one for
Yeah,
me.
like, or go play Halo 3 ODST, Halo 3, like Halo 4 even, like all the
Hmm.
like that stretch from like '06 or something till like 2011, or what am I saying, other way around, 2011 to 2000, like I'm whatever my timeline is, whatever,
A
like
long
ever like Modern Warfare 1 to like BO3, I'd say it was like good. And then
I don't know. I got out of it after Modern Warfare 2, honestly.
like the
Hard.
years Modern Warfare, I loved Modern Warfare 2. I just played it really late, and it was close to the Black Ops release, and I got Black Ops, and it was
Yeah.
like my first full COD. But like I went
Yep.
back and I played the other games, and I owned all of them up till like Ghost. I liked Ghost. Everyone thought Ghost was like a horrible game. Now you look back at it, and it's like it was the last best COD. Like
And
it
dude,
a lot better than a lot of people said.
yeah, Call of Duty, when I was growing up was like brand newish, right? It wasn't even like on
Yeah,
game systems yet. It was like PC only. So we used to actually go every Friday night after school on Friday, and then every Friday night we'd go to a place that's called Clicks. They just
Internet
had a
Cafe.
bunch. Yeah, they had a bunch of PCs. You could play all these games. You pay like $15 for the day,
Yeah.
and they had food there and everything. We'd go there, and my call sign was Hill Duff. So and then like my buddy played, he's the cable guy was his name on there and shit. So you play with a bunch of people that were there, group up together, and then play people across the world there. And
Yeah.
that was like really the first like true online gaming experience I had. I want to say I was like 14 or 15 at that time, and uh, that was like the old Call of Duties, the really good ones.
Yeah.
And then from there, I didn't play a Call of Duty game until like Modern Warfare came out. I played that a little bit, but then I really played it. I actually hurt my back pretty bad um, when right at the Black Ops release. So I was bedridden pretty much for like 6, 7 months. I played the shit out of that and got really good at
Such a
it.
good game.
Yeah, I used to run around with the tomahawk, man, just tomahawk bitches and scavenger on. And yeah, that was a lot of fun, but that was really the last shooter game that I truly played a lot.
Even like games like Battlefield. Like I didn't like Battlefield personally because I was so used to the feel of COD, and Battlefield
Yeah.
was so different. I couldn't get into it. But I know so many people who loved Battlefield. Rainbow Six, like the original Rainbow Six and Siege 2 and all that, like those were
Yeah.
insanely played games, like all the time. I know
I
personally,
know guys that played all the console big ones. Yeah, like they
uh,
were so big back in the day.
like personally, like I also really like the single player RPGs. Skyrim. I'm not gonna lie. When it came out in 2012, I had just played Oblivion a bit, and I wasn't like I was like on it. But like Skyrim, I had 2 years of gameplay on 360 alone.
Holy shit.
I finished high school in 2013. The game came out in 2012. I took 3 years off between high school and college and was just working and gaming. And legit, I was playing Skyrim like a good 10 to 12 hours a day, every day for like 3 4 years.
Yeah, see, mine was Fallout, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, but I'm so happy that they released. Well, they announced Elder Scrolls 6
Yeah.
because like I will be on that game all the time.
I'm excited
That's when I'm probably done with NHL. Straight up.
I'm actually truly excited for college football to be coming back. I used to play
Yes.
that a lot, dude.
Yes,
and
yes.
the
Okay,
fact
for
that
real
college
though,
football's coming back is elite.
have,
And,
have
like-
any of you seen the price of the NCAA football 14 game?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I have it.
Oh, yeah, you should go sell it.
it's like
Oh, seriously, you will get $150.
yeah.
I'd rather keep it. I still
Yeah.
randomly play that shit.
Yeah,
Have
I
any-
went and bought a 360 6 months ago just to get NCAA football.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
see, I had
bought
it on
the-
PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Because like for the longest time I was PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
Because here's what happened. Here's what turned me off of Xbox. I had like 3 Xbox 360s, and they all got that fucking ring.
Oh, the Red Rose
Oh,
of Death. Yeah.
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 And I remember calling in and I was talking to the Xbox lady. I was like, yeah, I went to turn it on and it's just these 3 links. She's like, you got the 3 rings of death? And I was like, Jesus, you're gonna be fucking excited about this. Like I'm trying to fucking play here.
So
Yeah.
man trying to play some
But
video games.
I will say though, Xbox's exchange process for their warranty stuff was pretty fucking smooth. Like I had that new console within a week.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I was expecting it to take like a month.
No.
But by the time the third time happened, I was like, yeah, this is just fucking shot. So I just didn't even send it back. I threw it in the trash. And
Yeah, like I've ordered
um,
stuff from them too, and like 3 days, bang, it's on my doorstep. It's like they express ship it,
Yeah.
like
They're really good with that stuff. I mean, if you remember, like when the 3 rings or any like you had to get any work done to your Xbox, they were like legitimately a weaker turnaround time. Like that's insane to think about nowadays.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Like-
yeah,
But on that note, when we went to new gen officially, LG did, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get an X because I'm not gonna waste my money and get an S. Not that I think that anybody wasted money with the S. I just wanted the X, and I literally ordered it and got it 4 days later, and that was when like nobody could find them on shelves. But I went through that Xbox directly and bought it through Xbox. I don't know how I did it, but
yeah, I
so they're
tried.
still good with that stuff.
yeah.
I tried for days, and then I actually I've got the Series S, and I
So
got
do
it
I.
for free from work.
Oh, that's
So,
nice. How'd you manage that?
Well, I'm in engineering, so I do quality assurance, and so like we got to test with like Xboxes and stuff, and guy gave us one. Obviously, we got a bunch at work for testing purposes, but he also gave us one. So,
That's sick.
and so I just, I have the Series S, and like I don't have any intention of buying the X. Like the S is, I literally play NHL, right? And then I'm gonna download FIFA. But I mean, other than that, like I've got what MLB The Show downloaded. I think I played it probably like 10 times.
Yeah. See,
Like I don't game like I used to when I was a kid. And I mean, shit, I'm what 33 now. Yeah, I think I'm 33 now. I got 4 kids, so I don't really have the time to do it.
See, like
I feel you there.
I have the S, and like I want the X eventually, but for what I use it for, I'm content. I got a 2 GB like external hard drive, or 2 TB, sorry, and
Yeah,
like
like
I'm
at work.
set, man. Like
Yeah, like at work, you could set an X and an S side by side, and you don't really see a difference at all.
yeah,
I mean, it's a little bit faster, but
graphics are a little
not
bit
by
better.
much. Barely,
I
That's
not
what I mean. It's a
even.
little bit better, but like not even.
Yeah, like it's so like if you already have the S, there's no sense in upgrading, in my opinion. But I could see why some guys would want it. I mean, it's the tower, it's the black one versus the small little cube like white one there.
The fridge
But
versus the microwave.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, my
Um,
thought process behind getting it was just like, I know this sounds really dumb because I'm gonna sound outdated, but like, Beyonce and me like to watch movies every once in a while
I
and
was
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
there's a disc tray. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I don't like about my S is there's
yeah.
everything has to be digital, and like I have games that I love to play, but they're on
mhm.
disc, and I still have my Xbox One, but I'm not plugging in my Xbox One to play one single player game. I'm not.
No,
I'm used to the speed of the Xbox Series S. I don't want to go back to this. My day. It's literally a day one Xbox One to play one game.
yeah, I
Oh,
have one of those too.
yeah,
It's
I got the
upstairs in my
one
room
X.
now. It's just I have like Spectrum downloaded on it, and that's what I watched. on.
Yeah, I have YouTube TV. Um, so then I've got a ton of TVs throughout the house. I think there's a 75 in one kid's room, a 70 in the other, a
God,
65
fun my
downstairs.
fun
We
my
got
next TV, buddy.
and we got a 75 in the living room, and then in my room I just have a little 43, which I use like when I work at home. I use that a lot for testing. So, uh, but then I've got three in boxes, I think, even unboxed. So, um, we've got game consoles hooked up to everything. The kids still play on the One X all the time. They have a Series S as well that I bought them, but they still play on their uh, One S and One X all the time. That's what all their little buddies have. But yeah, I mean, they still get used a lot here. It's a little different situation. Like, there's for me, like, I only play like digital stuff that I need. So having the disc isn't a big
Yeah,
thing for me, but I can definitely see how it's a huge thing for others. Um, like
yeah.
I do everything I do is streaming related, right? Like, Discovery Plus, like that app's badass, by the way. If you don't have Discovery Plus, you need to get it. It's dope.
Like I have all
Um,
the Call of Duties on disc, except for
yeah,
Black Ops 2, which I have on disc and digital because it's my favorite COD for zombies. So I bought that shit again on my Series S so that I can go play Alcatraz and
mm,
all those sweet zombie maps and Transit and all that fun shit.
I mean, it was a great sales tactic though by Xbox. Like for real. Like, okay, I'll give you two Xboxes. One's technically better than the other, and we all know how fast technology gets outdated. So like, I think
yeah,
that was the other reason I got one was like, I have the money to do it. I might as well just do it. I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah, yeah. I know exactly. Um, the But PlayStation did the same thing, right? They have the digital version and the disc version of theirs.
yeah. We have one upstairs.
Yeah, I don't like. We've got a PS4, and I think the menu system for PlayStation is just dog shit.
The PlayStation 5 menu is so much better than the PlayStation 4 menu. Like holy
Is it?
shit, yeah, yeah.
It's
I
better
Like
than
think
Xbox.
I'm more comfortable with the Xbox One. I'm sure PlayStation guys feel the same way when it's the other way
mm,
around.
Fair enough.
It's just a habit thing, right? Like uh, it's similar in a way, and I find the PlayStation One gives you more information over each slide. Like, cause like at the end of the day, when you have the home screen, it's still got all the games lined up,
yeah,
like Xbox does. But like you highlight over a game and it shows like your trophies and your achievements for it, and then it shows like all your friends who are online who have played it recently. So
That's
like
pretty cool.
there's more information on it, and like there's different apps in the slides. Like it's a specific set, and you can go through them faster because you can hit like R1 or something, and it scrolls to the end, and you can go back the other way. And like there's all the different settings bars if you scroll up or whatever. But like if you're not used to it, it's a lot of information all at once. I kind of find referring the menus together like Apple to Android. Like Xbox is user friendly, easy to use. It's like an iPhone. The PlayStation one, there's a little bit more to it, more like an Android, where it's a little bit more complicated.
I remember even with the PS2, it was like that. Like
Yeah,
menus weren't smooth. They were kind of like
yeah.
weird.
They're
But
definitely smoother on the PS5, and let me tell you, the graphics on the PS5, like my girlfriend plays Horizon, like, and it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
Skyrim graphics, amplify that by like 3. That's how good like the graphics are. Like it looks like full on realistic.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that's really nice with Xbox is you can do a lot more customizing with stuff like audio
Yeah.
itself, right? You got Atmos, DTS:X, DTS, Dolby Digital. Like if you have the system to output that, like you can select that shit in Xbox audio settings. PlayStation, you can't do that.
No.
Same thing with like HDR and 4K and all that. And like you can enable certain features and disable certain ones on Xbox. PlayStation, you can't. It's either automatic or not. I just think that the Xbox is more advanced as far as settings and what you can actually do with it. Now, I will say we have a PS5 at work for testing, and there was the Spider-Man game. Man, that
Yeah.
looked really good on there.
Like I'll give it to Sony and PlayStation. Their exclusives by far better than Xbox's by a
Yeah.
mile.
Yeah.
By a mile.
But
Like
I think it goes in waves though, right? Like I feel like Xbox exclusives were good back when we were like younger in high school.
the Xbox exclusives were good back when
Mhm.
the majority of the community played on Xbox.
I mean, when Halo came out, like, hello,
Yeah.
right? Like that was done deal right there.
yeah, that was the Xbox
Um,
game. And then
yeah,
PlayStation came
exactly.
out with I think Last of Us.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Yep. PlayStation. I think someone just said in the chat used to have Grand Theft Auto exclusively.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was another thing. It was another thing. I used to play the shit out of Grand Theft Auto, man. And my kids
I
are
have
getting
San
to the age
Andreas.
where they are. Yeah, I have literally every Grand Theft Auto game. I have it. Same thing with all the Red Deads. I love Red Dead. That game's
Shout out
awesome.
to D.
Yeah, dude, the new ones, like I still get on the new one and play randomly here and there to like do the. I think I'm like 90% complete with the game now because like you got to do the fishing and all the hunting and all that stuff to truly complete the game. And I think I'm 90% of the way now.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that game's a nice open world game. The graphics on that are fucking outstanding. So
Yeah. Like I don't like GTA, man. They had a sale on Xbox like right before the release for the series like X and S, and it was like
mhm.
get like 90% off GTA games. So like I bought San Andreas, GTA 4 and GTA 5 for I think $21 combined. Canadian too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
it,
Canadian too. So I left $5 American.
exactly.
Man.
I legit bought like San Andreas for $297. And
Nice.
it's backwards compatible, so I can play it on my Series S. And like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's sick. Like I like being able to play all those old games that I used to. I just wish I could play all my Call of Duties because I've heard that Modern Warfare 3 might be backwards compatible soon, right, or something like that. And that was one of my favorite CODs. MW3 was fun. So
Mm.
I don't know. Did you guys have anything before we start answering questions if there were any?
No,
I I don't think I had anything else.
No.
yeah, no, I think we touched on everything that we wanted to touch on.
Looking through the chat here. I don't really see a lot of questions today. A lot of guys just more just talking about what we're talking about, which is awesome. Love to see that. Um,
Mhm.
Wags, I don't think you're that old if SOCOM was your first game, like what we were talking about when it comes to like the first major game, because like a lot of people, I'd say my age too, also played that game, all like a lot. Like
Go older
SOCOM,
than all you.
SOCOM is a huge had like a huge player base from
Yeah.
like all age groups. I wouldn't say you're old because
What about the compy one, right? The computer one?
probably yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because like I know for I'll say it myself, like computer games growing up as a kid were everything to me. Like I played RuneScape, I played League of Legends, like I
Oh
know
yeah, Buck, I got you beat, bud. I
oh
played
yeah.
Oregon Trail. Fuck off. Windows 95, baby.
All those tycoon games like Zoo Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, like all
Woo.
those games, man.
Yeah. You cut the track off so they go flying. Hmm. Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
that
know.
old.
You guys play Unreal Tournament at all? Unreal?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, see, that's what I grew up on. Doom, Quake, and Unreal Tournament.
Um,
Yeah. You ever play The Sims, Vaddy? Take the
Yeah,
pool ladder out of the pool?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like a Satanist.
I put on like the one by one by one square and just let them die.
I liked like those like stupid like not RPG games but like the MMO games where it was online and it was on the website like Habbo Hotel, Club Penguin, like stupid games like that. Just so funny. It was like a
Sim-
chat room, but it was
Penguin.
just such a fun game, but it's just like a chat room pretty much.
Let me think about it.
And like those games were just hilarious to play because you go in and you spend 2 3 hours and you've done nothing. You've literally done fuck all. Like those are the times though. I think like
I
two,
feel like that's what my kids do now with Minecraft. They play that fucking game for hours. I
Minecraft,
played with them.
Roblox, all those games like
Yeah,
that now. Like
they play a lot of Roblox. And speaking of Roblox, you ever played Roblox hockey?
I've seen Roblox hockey.
And
I used to work with kids like
it's
at a community
absolutely
center,
terrible,
and
but
like that's all they would do is they'd all get on Roblox and play Roblox for like 6 hours at the community center. And it's just like, do you guys got anything better to do? They're just
No.
like,
right?
The
no.
answer is no.
Their answer
Well,
is literally no.
my kids get like Walmart, the toy section, they have a bunch of Roblox toys, you know.
Yeah,
So they buy those all the time, and they come with these little coupons in them where it's like, get this guy with this in Roblox when you enter this code. So, we've entered hundreds of fucking Roblox codes,
yeah.
and they, do all that. So,
All the free stuff.
um, yeah, there's so much in Roblox. It's kind of crazy, like how much you can do with it,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, they play the shit out of Roblox and Minecraft, and lately they started playing some Chell. They've been getting on playing my career mode, so
There you go.
they're having fun with that. And I'm like, there we go, LG in training, let's go.
Honestly, I love getting on Minecraft every now and then, cause like you don't
Yeah,
realize the time go by. Like you just start
no,
doing something, and then you look at the clock, and 3 hours have gone by, and you're like, oh, look at that. Like
yeah,
I've back on 360. I used to play it a lot with a bunch of guys, and like we full on built like half a city with like sports arenas. Like we had a soccer field, we had a football field, we had I built a hockey rink, man. Like the full 200 foot scale with like 20,000 seat type building. Like it took months to build it, but like we would just get on for hours after school and start building
hmm
shit.
yeah. I get on Minecraft every so often with my kids and mess around. Not as much as I used to. I'll admit that, but they, I mean, dude, they'll play that for hours, and there's a lot of cool shit you can do in that.
Yeah.
Like it's getting to the point to where they're starting to ask for their own computers,
Oh boy.
because then you could do all the mod stuff and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
There you go.
man, I don't know if I can afford that right now. Like my PC was $2,500 just for the PC, when I built it. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe something small, get them like a pre-build or something to start off. But I don't know. I don't think my wife's going to be too happy about that.
Probably not, because another console in the house of some sort. It's like sell the Xbox, then get a computer.
Yeah. Now they've got the what's that? The Switch. They got that. They've got PlayStation, a bunch of Xboxes.
Like I have too many consoles for myself. I got a DS, a Switch, I got a PS4, I got the Xbox, I got the computer. Like
Yeah.
that's too much for me, and my
Yeah,
phone
they've got
obviously because you get games on your
I think
phone.
they've got a 2DS or 3DS. I can't remember which one, but they like never play that anymore.
No.
Then I mean, they play a bunch of games on their cell phones.
Yeah, I do
So
that
Yeah.
too.
yeah, I'm not much of a cell phone gamer myself, but
Me
kids,
neither.
kids like it.
Yeah, like I log into some of my old computer games every now and then and check like how things are. Like I played RuneScape religiously from 2001 to 2016, like religiously, and like I love that game. And every now and then I go log on and go check out how like my old clan members were doing and see how they like what they were doing because well that's just how it was. It was a huge part of my life. But now, a huge part of my life is LG. So I do
Yeah,
I do this now, and I go check out my old stuff, and then whenever I have a binge or I want to play that for a while, I take a break from this and I don't play this for a while.
yeah. I think the only PC game that I play right now, and I haven't played it for a bit, is Phasmophobia. I don't know if you guys have ever played
Yes,
it,
it's a
but
horror game.
yeah, that's ghost hunting game. That game's fucking fun, dude.
Uh,
Like it's fun.
yeah, I've seen stuff from that game, and
downstairs.
what I used to do is I used to work at like summer camps and like there were overnight camps, and after the kids had been in bed or whatever, we'd have all the counselors in like the main lounge of like the bunkhouse, and
Hmm.
I'd have my laptop and we had a projector, so we connected and we'd play Slenderman at like
Oh
11 p.m.
shit.
in the dark in the bunkhouses, just the counselors, and like how fun that is, but how terrifying that is because you're like in a giant bunkhouse in the middle of still like you're in kind of the woods but not the woods,
Hmm.
so it's just like damn. And like
Yeah.
kids show up and like everyone's screaming and we're like shh, the kids are sleeping. Like good times,
Yeah, I
man.
think there's a clip on my Twitch channel of me playing Phasmophobia, and I scream like a little bitch.
Yeah.
The ghost it was my first time playing it, and the ghost just offed me. I was like, "What the fuck?
What?
Like these things could kill you?"
It's honestly terrifying when it's the first time you're playing like a horror game playthrough and you have no idea what to expect and it happens and like if you're streaming, 99% of those reactions are genuine because you've not played this yet and it's like some of these
Mm,
games are actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Like the
yeah, it's
creators, like mad kudos because like that's tough.
yeah, and like Phasmophobia, I think it's like $15 in on the Steam store. Like
Yeah.
it's not super expensive and it's super basic, but it's one of those like fun, basic ass games like everyone likes Among Us, you know?
Okay, so before there was Among Us, another game like that that I feel like was huge, like in 2017, 2018, something like that. Friday the 13th, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, my kids have that.
Everybody played F-13. Like, I had a crew, man. It was like me, Silveri, some fat geezer, Shorty was there. Like, we had like an LG crew. Mackie was involved. And like,
Yep.
we played all the time and like I was hurt. I separated my shoulder playing hockey, so I legit was out of work for 3 months. I was getting up out of bed at like 1 p.m. every day, noon 1 p.m. Going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning because from like 6 till 4 it was everyone was on F-13. We played like 10 hours straight. Like we met so many people and it was such like that game was
That game's it's still cool, dude. My kids play that.
I wish
Um,
it was still as big as it was then, though. Like
yeah, that was fun.
that's a fun game. It's a
Yeah,
hard game too, man. Like to win that game, you had to be really good.
yeah. I don't think I ever won.
Like, oh
Not gonna lie.
No.
man. All right, I think we've touched everything we wanted to touch on today.
Yeah, I didn't see any questions rolling from the chat either. So
No. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in this week. Yeah, we're gonna try and do some more live shows. Like I said, we're gonna potentially have some live guests in the future. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get the Discord up soon. So once that's up, look in the forums. There'll be a link there. It should never expire. So stay tuned for that. And we're probably not gonna be here next weekend just because there's no LG this week anyway. So there's nothing LG related to talk about. But if we do, bonus, and if not, well, we'll see you guys at the end of week 3 in 2 weeks. And I'll leave these guys to say anything if they got anything to say.
I just wish everyone fun and safe holidays.
Yeah, be safe. That's
Yeah.
number one thing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Play hard.
Happy 4th of July to all the Americans out there because, yeah, you guys enjoy your holiday. I had mine on Friday. You guys get yours tomorrow, so enjoy.
Oh fuck yeah, bud.
Enjoy.
I've been celebrating mine since Friday.
Yeah, we know. You've had over 40 beers in the last 2 days. Yeah, we know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like 60. But yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.